I have to be drunk to do it. I can't fake it. I tried to fake it once. It did not work.
That's what she said.
Hi. So the book of Ruth, right? It's kind of amazing because Naomi sets up the whole thing, right? She's like, hey, Ruth, I got an idea. She's like, hey, Boaz is down at the threshing floor doing his thing. And we got to get up in that. All right? We got to get up all in that. So Ruth is like, okay. And so she goes down, and Boaz, he's already ate and drank, and he is in a contented mood. New Revised Standard Version. And he is lying down at the end of the pile of grain. According to Naomi, you must go and uncover his feet, which is a euphemism in the Hebrew Bible for his genitals. I don't know how else to say it. The funny business? I don't know. She has to uncover his feet, and it's not the that goes on his sandals, okay? That's all I'm saying. She sneaks in, right, at like midnight, and she uncovers his feet and lays down, and he doesn't realize it for a while.
You're so comfy.
And then all of a sudden, he wakes up and he's like, whoa! Who are you? And she's like, I'm Ruth, your servant. The whole thing, Naomi at the very start, she was like, hey, I have to seek security for you. So she gets Ruth to go to the threshing floor with Boaz, who is her next of kin. But he's not. He's like, hey, there's somebody more closely related than me. Let me see if he will produce for you. And then he says, but stay here until morning at my feet. Ruth was like, okay. And she stayed at his feet until morning. And she gets up, and Ruth is like, hey. And Boaz is like, hey. So then he gives her like tons of flour or barley or whatever. And then she goes back to Naomi, and she's like, hey. And Naomi's like, girl, what happened? Ruth told her everything that Boaz had done for her. Everything. And then Naomi was like, girl. And Ruth was like, I know. And then Naomi was like, girl. And then Ruth was like, hey. She was a rescue cat. Turk, say hi. Basically, they got it on. I don't know.